This is Laura Duncan from CSMS. Today we'll be discussing slope by formula. To begin with, remember that slope is equal to the change in y over the change in x, or the rise over the run. There are four types of slope: positive slope, negative slope, zero slope, and undefined slope. Now we'll find the slope of each line. Starting with line A, we'll find the rise over the run by counting. Beginning with the 2 points on line A, we will count from the points. We'll count up 2 and to the left 5. Up is positive, but left is negative. And you can tell by observing the line that this will end up with a negative slope. So the slope is -2/5. Now let's consider the slope of line B. Notice that it's a perfectly horizontal line. So when we're thinking about horizontal lines, I want you to remember our word hoi. When it's a horizontal line, that points to the fact that it's a zero slope and it will be a y equals equation. So the slope of this line is 0. Let's consider line C. Is it a positive slope or a negative slope? Obviously, it is positive, so pick out any 2 points on the line and calculate the rise over the run by counting. So I found here that the slope is 3/3. Remember to look for your positive numbers or negative numbers, and that will simplify to a slope of 1. Now let's consider the slope of line D. Notice that it's a vertical line, so when you see vertical, I want you to think VUX. VUX is not the answer, but it does point to what the slope of the line is. If it's a vertical line, it's going to be an undefined slope. So we know how to find the slope given a graph, but what if no graph is given? What if you only know 2 points that the line goes through? Well, if you're given 2 points, you can find the slope of the line using the formula. Before we use the formula, I'd like to remind you that you only need 2 points to use the stat function on your calculator. So you'd use the stat function, find the linear regression, and the slope will be listed as A. Please pause the video here to use your stat function. Your slope or your A would be listed as 1.6666 something 7. Now remember, this is your calculator rounding something for you. However, this answer really doesn't make sense because when we're talking about slope, we're talking about rise over run. So you'll be expected to change this fraction into a decimal. You may use your calculator to do that. But once you find your improper fraction, leave it improper. And that is your slope. Now on the next few problems, we will be using the slope formula. Given 2 points, x1 and y1, and x2 and y2, the slope will be found by taking y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's practice this. It may be helpful first to label your points x1, y1, x2, y2. Now looking back at your equation, we'll simply substitute our numbers into the equation. So we have the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now simplify using your integer rules carefully, and you'll find that the slope is 5/6, a positive slope. Let's move on to number 2. If it helps you, please label x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now we'll use the formula to find our slope. We'll have y2, which is 2, minus y1, which is -6, over x2, -5, minus x1, which is 7. I find that I like to substitute using parentheses because then it makes things much more clear as I'm trying to solve them. So as I do the denominator, if we keep change, change, that may make it a little more clear. Now, negative 8/12 is not simplified. So simplify it, and it would be negative 2/3. This is a negative slope. If you have the denominator as your negative number, that's fine. But be sure that it's one or the other, or in the front, and just one negative. All of these are saying the same thing. Let's move on to number 3. In number 3, please begin by labeling x1, y1, x2, y2. If you prefer not to do that, that is okay with me. Now let's substitute. We have the change in y, 2, minus 2 over the change in x. So x2 minus x1. Now as we do this, we end up with 0 over 4. Now remember, having a 0 in the numerator is okay, and it will give us a slope of 0. Don't let the answer be the end of your thinking. Be thinking about, well, if it's a horizontal line, it has a slope of 0. So therefore, this 0 is a horizontal line. Let's go on to number 4. Let's begin by labeling our x1, y1. If you do not choose to do that, that is okay with me. However, to show your work, you are going to have the equation written out. We'll have y2, which is 5, minus y1, which is 1, over x2, which is 2, minus x1, which is 2. So when we find this on our calculator, it would be 4 over 0. When you see a number over 0, a 0 in the denominator, no, that's not going to happen. It's not okay. So when you find that, you're going to know that the slope is an undefined slope. Now that's the answer, but don't let your thinking stop there. What does it mean? When we have an undefined slope, it's going to be a vertical line. Vux is the mnemonic that helps us remember that when we have an undefined slope, it will be a vertical line. Let's go down to the next section where we are going to determine the value of r so that the line through the given points has the indicated slope. Please begin by labeling your x1, y1, and x2, y2. This may look complicated, but let's start with our slope formula. Let's start with what we know. So the formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This can be found on your formula chart. Now let's begin substituting what we know. We do know the slope this time. It's given right here. The slope is 1/5. We will substitute 1/5. Now y2, that's 5, minus y1, that's 4, over x2, that's r, minus x1, that's negative 2. Let's stop there for a moment so that I can remind you that when you have two ratios that are equal, their cross products will also be equal. And that's what we're going to do to solve this. So remember, 2 times 4 would be 8, and 1 times 8 would be 8. And so those two cross products will be equal. That's what we're going to use to solve this equation. Now back to our regularly scheduled equation. We'll go back, and I want you to notice what we're multiplying. This is 1 cross product. It's 1 times r minus negative 2 equals the other cross product. 5 times 5 minus 4. Let's simplify what we can. If this were another number other than 1, we would have to use the distributive property. However, since it's 1, we can just write down this more simply. R minus negative 2 would also be known as R plus 2. Now on the other side, we don't have to use the distributive property because these are like terms. We can combine them. That would be 1, and then 5 times 1 is 5. This makes it a much simpler equation. So let's solve the equation by isolating the variable, by doing the opposite. So finally, we end up with the solution of R equals 3. Please box your answer and be sure to show all this lovely work. Let's move on to number 6. It's the same concept, so we'll start with our equation. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You may go back and label your points if that helps you. And then we'll substitute. Our slope is something we know. We know that it's negative 3/4. y2 is r minus y1 is 4. x2 is negative 1 minus x1 is 3. So if you want to simplify this before you cross multiply, that is fine. And now let's cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, we have negative 3 times negative 4 is equal to the other cross product, which is 4 times r minus 4. Let's simplify and solve. On the left side, we can simplify this to positive 12. However, on the right side, what property do we have to use? Since we cannot combine these two terms because they're not alike, we must use the distributive property. So we have 4r minus 16. This is a two-step equation, but we're good at two-step equations. We're going to solve by isolating the variable, by doing the opposite. So this cancels out. 4r equals 28. Let's divide to further isolate our variable. So r equals 7. The lesson is yours.